Hi, my name is Brianna Kendrick, and this is my leadership interview. So the person I decided to interview was my boss, Ray. I work on a bee farm, and we have a lot that we have to keep up with. We have over 300 beehives that we keep up with. I chose Ray because he's pretty laid back and easygoing, and he's understanding. But I also chose him because he has two jobs, so he can be kind of hard to work with sometimes. So my perceptions of him before the interview was that he's a directional leader because he has two jobs. So me working for him is that's not his day job. So every morning when me and the other people I work with come into work, we have to call him to figure out what we're gonna do that day, and then as the day goes on, he keeps calling us and giving us more and more stuff to do. So I just feel like he's more of a directional leader because he's just telling us and giving us instructions instead of showing us or anything like that. I also think that his instructions are unclear sometimes because he has different names for things. So some of our nooks we have are different sizes, and I'm not good with measurements. So he'll say oh, go check on the 5 6/8 whatever, and I don't know, I don't have a ruler with me. So things can be unclear with that. And he's also really hard to understand because we talk to him on the phone, and he's a mumbler. So his instructions are unclear sometimes, and half the time I can't ever hear him, even if it's in person, because he just is a mumbler. And he also gives us way more information than what we need. So he'll tell us everything that we need to do, and then he'll go on telling us what he needs to do during the day, and it's just confusing because then I'm like, wait, what was I supposed to be doing that, or is that what you're doing? So that can get confusing sometimes. But some of the key leadership characteristics discussed during our interview was that he thinks he's understanding, and he realizes that mistakes can be made and they can be fixed, and he can be flexible with it. So if we make a mistake, it's not the end of the world. And he also tries to explain things clearly and tries to make sure that his message is perceived, even though it's sometimes not that way. And he also puts emphasis on important things. So he's always saying, I can't stress this enough, guys. This is really important, has to get done, blah blah blah. And he knows that everything he tells us to do during that day can't always get done because there's only so much time in the day. So the huge list he gives us that just adds on and on and on. It's okay with him if we finish it the next day, as long as we get the most important things done first. And he also gives certain tasks to people that he knows will accomplish the task the best. So some of us have more knowledge on beekeeping than others. So if we have something really complicating we have to do, and he's going to give it to me or somebody who's been there longer than somebody who's new, because we could say, hey, go do whatever would be give them this treatment or whatever, and they might not have any idea what we're talking about, but those of us who've been there for a while, we know what he's talking about. So I think he's good at delegating tasks to people. And my perceptions of Ray after the interview was that I think he's an adaptive leader because he is good at adapting to our environments and handling problems as they arise. So for example, we had this one yard that the bee yard that got this disease, and all of them died. So what we had to do that day was we had to go feed all those bees. Well, we got there and they were all dead. So that changed our whole day, and we had to pick up all that stuff and burn it so that the disease doesn't get spread anymore. So that's just one example of how what he can tell us to do can completely change to something else just due to the environment of our work. And some key statements that he made during the interview that helped me better understand leadership is he said, life is always changing and we have to accept things as they come and make adjustments for them. I think this is really important because life is really always changing, and especially with like our job, things are always changing. Every day is different. So we just have to accept them and just do our work and do it to the best of our ability to make sure things get done the right way and effectively to just make sure everything's running smoothly. Even though things aren't always running smoothly, we have to try to accomplish things as they come. Thank you for watching my video.